Most common computer MCQs Part 1 for different jobs NTS, PPS, FCPS and all entry test. 1. VDU stands for Visual Display Unit. These are different VDUs. Number 2. 1 kilobyte is approximately equals to 1000 bytes. Byte is a computer memory unit. 3. DOS stands for Disk Operating System, and this picture shows a default view of DOS, which is also called CMD command prompt. WordStar is a popular word processing program. Like Microsoft Word, WordStar is also a word processing program. WordStar was developed by Micropro company. 6. PC stands for personal computer. This figure shows a typical PC. ALU stands for Arithmetic Logic Unit. This is a block diagram for arithmetic logic unit for computer. Arithmetic logic computer unit receives input data and instructions and produce the corresponding output. The VDU and keyboard together form a terminal. VDU and keyboard together form a terminal. The speed of the dot matrix printer is measured by CPS, which stands for characters per second. And this figure shows a printer sample of CPS printer dot matrix. The speed of line printers is measured by LPM, which stands for lines per second. DBMS stands for Database Management System. ROM stands for Read-Only Memory. And actually these are the chips inside the motherboards, memory chips. IBM is a famous computer company. IBM stands for International Business Machines Corporation. That is the logo for IBM company. The actual machine of the computer is commonly known as hardware. The actual machine of the computer is commonly known as hardware. And these are the different types of computer hardwares. The programs run on the computer are commonly known as software. All the output which is printed on the paper is called hard copy. All the output which is printed on paper is called hard copy. The number of pixels on a computer screen determines a screen's resolution. It determines screen resolutions. A processor's speed is measured in megahertz or gigahertz. First, the computer processor's speed were measured in megahertz. Nowadays, they come in gigahertz. A software that assists the computer in performing instructions is called system software. These are different examples of different types of system softwares: Windows, Android, Skype, YouTube, Chrome, VLC player. These all are the examples of system software and application software. CAM stands for Computer Aided Manufacturing, which is used mostly for the drawing purpose. DPI stands for dots per inch. DTP stands for desktop publishing. EPROM stands for erasable and programmable read-only memory. A magnetic storage disk made out of a thin piece of plastic is called floppy disk. This is the symbol of floppy disk, which is used to store some memory. First, these kinds of memories were used. Now they are replaced with USBs. A pictorial representation of the step-by-step sequence for solving a program is also known as flowchart. A measure of storage capacity equal to 1000 megabyte is 1 gigabyte. A variable whose values is accessible through the program is called global variable. A huge worldwide network of computers that communicate with each other, allowing global communication. Global communications between users is popularly known as the internet. KB stands for kilobyte. LAN stands for local area network. And this is a typical LAN in which two small number of devices are connected together to communicate. A printer which uses light to transfer the image to paper is the laser printer. This is the example of laser printer. Memory which retains all its contents even after the power is turned off is known as non-volatile memory. And these are the examples of non-volatile memory: floppy disk, compact disk, which is also known as CD, internal hard drive or hard disk, external hard drive, flash drive, SD card or memory card. These all are the non-volatile memory. The result that is generated by the computer after processing the information provided to it is known as output. And these all devices are the output devices for computer: monitor, printer, speaker, headphones, projector, touch screens, plotter, and GPS. These all are the output devices. Electronic mail is more popularly known as email. And plot stands for programmed inquiry learning or teaching. Plot was developed by Douglas Engelbart. IQL stands for Interactive Query Language. Logo was developed by Dr. Seymour Papert. CAL stands for Computer Assisted Learning. APT stands for Automatically Programmed Tooling. C language was invented by Dennis M. Ritchie. Modula 2 was developed by Nicholas Wraith. Terminals that have their own memory are called smart terminals. The memory that needs electronic power to sustain its contents is known as volatile memory. MOS stands for metal oxide semiconductors. The work keyboard was designed by August Dvorak, and this is the typical keyboard which he designed. A simple device which functions as a simple alternative to the keyboard is mouse. This is an example of mouse. Automatic drawing input device is called scanner. In the second generation computers, magnetic codes were used as main memory devices. LCD stands for liquid crystal display. Radar stands for radio detection and ranging. Radar works on the principle of echo. Software in hardware modules are called firmware. A device by which any microcomputer can use ordinary television set for producing output is called RF modulator. EDSAC stands for Electronic Delayed Storage Automatic Computer. EDVAC stands for Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer. EDSAC was developed in the year 1949. EDVAC was developed in the year 1952. ENIAC stands for Electronic Numerical Integrator and Calculator. This is the old name for computer. The most successful computing device in the ancient time was abacus, and this picture shows abacus. The use of some mechanisms for the operation of machine is known as automation. Radar contact with the moon was first made in 1945. Radar contact with Venus was first made in 1961. A system in which information is displayed on the television screen is known as video text system. A modern means of communication in which information is stored in a computer at a TV station is known as teletext. Global communication became possible by using satellites. Morse code was invented by Samuel Morse. The code used in a teleprinter is the Baudot code. Teleprinter exchange is popularly known as telex. A device which converts sound waves into electrical waves is called microphone. AVC stands for automatic volume control. The device used to measure wavelength of radio wave is wavemeter. A hollow metallic tube used in place of wire in electric circuits carrying high frequency currents is called waveguide. An instrument used to measure the intensity of radiation is the radiometer. An instrument which is used to measure electrical voltage is the voltmeter. VTVM stands for vacuum tube voltmeter. A circuit which maintains a constant voltage is called voltage stabilizer. SCR stands for silicon controlled rectifier. A device used to increase or decrease electric voltage is called a transformer. A magnetic tape that records both audio and video signal is called a videotape. The first electronic calculator was manufactured in 1963 by Bell Punch Company, USA. Measure stands for Microwave amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. A computer which can handle a large volume of numbers is called number cruncher. POST stands for power on self test. POST is a test carried out just after the computer has been switched on. An index of the files stored on a disk is called directory. CPM stands for Control Program for Microcomputers. CPM was developed by Digital Research Incorporation USA. MVS stands for Multiple Virtual Storage Operating System. MVS is used in mainframe computers. The process of starting a computer is called booting. A group of 4 binary digits is called a nibble. This is also a memory unit. BPI stands for bits per inch. Bit per inch. A smart card is a multifunctional microprocessor. LIPS stands for logical inferences per second. A computerized machine is normally called a robot. A robot is a machine directed by a computer. A robot which resembles a human being is called an android. A robot which resembles a human being is called an android. PL1 stands for Programming Language 1. The language PL1 has combined the features of COBOL and Fortran. BASIC stands for Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. COBOL stands for Common Business Oriented Language. ALGOL stands for Algorithmic Language. ALGOL was developed in early 1960s in Europe. COBOL was first introduced in the year 1961. Fortran stands for Formula Translation. Fortran was developed and introduced by IBM in the year 1957. PL1 was introduced in the year 1960s by IBM. COMAL stands for Common Algorithmic Language. BASIC was developed by John Kameny and Thomas Kurtz. Snowball stands for String Oriented Symbolic Language. Snowball was developed in 1962. LIPS stands for List Processing Language. Loudspeaker was invented by Rice Kilobark. PROM stands for Programmable Read-Only Memory. And these are memory types which are categorized by RAM, hybrid or ROM. And these are the subcategories of memory: DRAM, SRAM, NVRAM, flash, EPROM, PROM or masked. Two types of RAM chips are dynamic and static. Data is fed into the computer by first converting it into binary codes, which are in the form of 0 and 1s. Thanks for watching. Support us by subscribing the channel.